hello everyone. Welcome to our holiday pack. So as you can tell, there's quite a few wines here on the table, but the idea here is that we're literally getting something for everyone. So, we've got, it is sort of split between two 6-packs, but if you do combine them, you get a really good price, and it covers everyone. So on the left there, we've got, our serious sparkling for that nice occasion. A nice sort of beach wine, a nice fruity, easygoing sort of natural wine, a Riesling, some oysters or something like that.
Crowd pleasers at every corner from start to finish, all the way through.
Covering everyone, Uncle George for the who likes the, maybe the sparkling Shiraz.
That's the showstopper. That's
moving into that holiday season, a sparkling Shiraz, with your turkey.
I would tell my mum that's the favourite kid wine. I would become the favourite kid if I brought that. That's what it's all about.
Uncle George is sorted on the heavy reds there, and and we've even got something for the trendy hipsters.
For yourself.
Well, yeah, maybe not myself, but something for the younger generation, perhaps.
So a lot of wine to drink and a lot of wine to get through. So we'll start at our left and we'll work our way through. So you guys are going to be coming this way across, and we're going to be going the opposite way just to make things difficult for ourselves. So we'll start with Coldstream Hills. So sister winery to St Hubert's, located 5 minutes up the hill over there in Gruyere.
Yeah,
started by James and Suzanne Halliday. You've probably heard from me all the way along. A gold medal winning wine.
It is gold and trophy medal winning wine. Again, method traditionale, so done properly, bit of time on lees, similar to some of the other sparklings we've got in the shop that are method traditionale. It's got that bit of honey on the nose and whatnot coming through from time on lees. Great.
This is the wine that when you get together as a family and you haven't seen each other for the year, because that's what a lot of families do, they get together at the Christmas time, this is the one that gets opened up and gets shared between everybody.
Christmas Eve sort of thing, New Year's Eve, that sort of thing.
Definitely. This is the one that everybody loves this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's not to love?
That's it. Well, it's part of our, natural, or getting a few sort of natural wines in the shop.
Something for everybody.
Oh, that's it. We are. So sticking true to that. We've got our, skin contact sort of amber wine.
Basically meaning that it's a white wine that's left on skins. It's left to, create a little bit more oomph, I think, as my father would say.
Yeah, if I'm on the beach somewhere, got an esky full of ice, I got that chilled right down, and I'm popping the cork and just going through it.
Good in a cocktail.
Yeah.
Good with a bit of, mixing up.
Probably mix a bit of soda or something with it too, to be honest.
That
give
would
it a
really
bit of
work.
a spritz.
That would really
amplify that sort of fruit there and give it a spritz, right? What's not to love about that? A little bit of spritz.
Yeah, a very good wine. I think this is the wine for on its own, to be, for the beach, for the warmth, for the heat.
Yeah, pool wine, by the pool.
No glass by the pool though, right?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Plastic cups. Come and get a couple of the
maybe
notes
not
cups.
Plastic,
But
maybe.
the plastic cups in notes, they work perfectly. They're easy to hold. The kids can drop them. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, beautiful. 2 for 12.
Everyone's covered.
Alrighty. So
probably onto a notes favourite here. I would say. I would call this an
old staple.
The favourite wine.
Yeah.
Tassie and Eden Valley Riesling. So multi-regional. A real crisp, sharp cheese, platters, olives, the stuff that that Nan's walking around sharing with everybody.
Yeah, oysters, great pairing with some oysters, freshly shucked. Nice bit of acidity there.
Plenty of oysters going to my place because no one else will eat them except for me. So that would be great.
Yeah.
So, but I think this really is it's a food wine, but it would be perfect on that warm, sitting out on the balcony.
Yeah.
Just sharing. You're probably 15 minutes into a family meeting and you're 3 minutes, you're 3 wines down.
Yeah.
Nana would love, my grandma, God bless her,
love
she would love that. Yeah, everyone loves a Riesling.
Everyone knows what a Riesling is too,
Definitely.
Alrighty, on to the fourth.
Adelaide Hills Chardonnay.
Adelaide Hills Wolfglas.
The grey label.
So again, Nana perhaps who loves her Chardonnays or something like that.
Well, what pack doesn't have Chardonnay?
That's true.
There's always someone, an auntie or a mum or someone that really, really likes a Chardonnay that's really clean apple, clean brioche. It's a real...
Yeah. more of a, oh look, there's a bit of barrel ferment going on in there or something as well. So
it's that nuttiness that I can get from it.
It's got that nutty nougat. But it's not like big mouthfeel in your mouth. It's not like a big buttery oak bomb. It's more pared back, a bit more struck match.
We'll go well with turkey.
Yeah, for sure.
Ham, definitely. Like this could be served as with the mains. I think with your Christmas lunch or with whenever your family celebrates Christmas or just getting together for the holidays. It can be served with all of it.
There's often a table this big with full of food. So I'm sure you'd find a match for this in amongst some of Nan's cooking and whatnot.
Definitely. One that, you can crack it open early, crack it later in the afternoon, crack it at dinner.
Yeah.
Late, go back to Chardonnay. You can always go back to Chardonnay. Well, I can always go back to Chardonnay. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Oh, my forte.
What are we on? The rosé?
Rosé.
Yeah.
Rosé all day.
Cape Shank Tegel rosé. So this is done with Grenache and Matara grapes from Heathcote. Super aromatic. Again, pop it in that esky on the way to the beach, or even by the pool there with those plastic cups. I actually
would. I know people will probably, think I'm crazy, but I would actually put an ice block in that and drink that with ice. In the States, they, you go out to where the beaches are and to where it's warm, they rosés with ice. It comes just with ice. You don't have to ask for it with ice. They just put it in there because I think this needs to be
nice and cold.
Ice cold. It doesn't need to warm. The Chardonnay probably needs to warm up a few degrees. This does not need to warm up. This needs to be colder, if anything.
This needs to be nice and cold.
Food, no food. Pool, no pool. Hot, cold.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink this all day.
And that's rosé, right? Versatile.
I said rosé all day. I'll say it again. Doesn't bother me.
Well, staying true with the rosés, we've actually got a rosé gin too, by Squealing Pig. So, maybe garnish with some... pink grapefruit, some fresh mint. I think it's 10 botanicals mixed with a bit of rosé. A bit of soda water, grapefruit, mint.
I think people drink this straight, right? Am I correct there?
Or even just with some tonic or soda water. People can probably have a little bit.
Cocktail to start, cocktail with the meal, cocktail afterwards maybe.
Yeah, maybe as part of your, when everyone's arriving, there might be some that aren't into wine, so there's something there for someone.
Well, there's some people that probably would have that with their breakfast. Maybe I'm not really sure where people start. Like they go. Some people like to start early. I know
this festive season.
My family likes to start early. I don't know about you. So that is our first pack. So that pack is available as a 6, and I think each of these wines, you could put this rosé and that together and make. Any sort of cocktail, really.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of cocktails you make. What do you make with gin?
Negronis, nice little...
That's it.
Nice little...
Drink too much wine, you sort of forget about some of these other drinks, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And it's good that we've got a few different things in here for that reason, right? I
think we're trying to make sure that we cover as we go through, if you've got a big family, you probably need more than 12 wines firstly, so you could probably get a couple of packs, really.
Yeah.
And you want to cover something for everybody, whether you've got the hipster, whether you've got, Gran that likes gin, you've got Uncle Pete that, wants the show-stopping Shiraz. Yeah. That's the way to go. So I like it. I like this a lot. Go across.
We're on to the next 6. So, if
it's going to be a long night.
Well, that's it. The festive season's a long one. So pop it in your caravan on the way up to Eildon or wherever you may be going. Now
that we can travel.
Now that we can.
You might as well load up on the wines.
Well, that's it. Yeah, tuck them away, safe and sound. First wine for the red sort of version. Is the Second Glance chilled Grenache. So again, like the amber, have it nice and cold. I think recommended serving temperatures between 12 and 14 degrees. But let's be honest, who's putting out a thermometer? Just pop it out of the fridge and drink it. It's done carbonic maceration. So for the wine nerds out there, it's whole clusters sealed off from air, and because it's carbonic or Cab Mac. You get that sort of brighter, lighter.
I think this, right? I think we should just
picked a bit earlier.
I think this and this can go together, and these two are for the pool. They're for the beach. Therefore,
that's actually super delicious.
Literally just like a little ice bucket next to the pool, and you're just swimming up, topping it up, and going off. Again with your plastic cups, not your glass.
And then do you ever feel like, it's hot weather, and you're going, well, I can only drink whites or rosés or sparklings in hot weather. Well, guess what? Now you've got something that you can put in the fridge that's red and tastes like a red wine, but is lighter and brighter.
Probably go really well with maybe like Xmas pudding or Xmas cake at the end too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to cut through
even
that like heaviness.
Turkeys and
I like it.
Cranberry.
It's got a lot of this one out of all the ones so far. I think this has the most like aromatic for it.
It's singing out
really
of the glass.
Jumps out of the glass. Like it's a real. Nice. I think, and the design of these wines being that more natural style of wine is that, pop the cork, drink it. There's no need to hold it, let it go. Cellar it. These wines they're for the younger generation, really, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, but
pop it and smash it.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on, we've got the Tegallant Serrano Pinot Noir. So
we're abbreviating, are we? Tegallant.
It's a tough life drinking all these wines.
There's too many wines to get through.
It's not a pack without a Pinot, is what I'd say. So, what more than a good representation of Australian Pinot Noir than to have something from Mornington Peninsula?
Ham, pork,
big time.
duck, turkey, any of them, any of the birds. Pinot goes, everyone says Pinot and duck, Pinot and this, anything that flies that can be cooked, I think Pinot goes with it.
Yeah.
So,
forest flory, cherry.
Earthy, really earthy, like
as
lose
well.
a little bit of that fruit forwardness and something a little bit more. If Uncle Jim wants something a little bit more savoury, this is probably where he's going.
Yeah.
This is definitely where he's going. And more of a later afternoon, longer lunch, getting towards the evening style of wine. This is where you're heading with this.
Yeah, correct. And then
the showstopper. Literally the showstopper.
Yeah.
100-point wine.
Yep.
So been called by some critics as the best sparkling Shiraz in all of Australia.
Yeah. So it's 08, a few years, or more than a few years in the bottle.
14 years now.
You reference Uncle Jim or Greg or whoever it may be that wants his sparkling Shiraz during this sort of festive season.
You want something cold and full.
Cold and full-bodied, right?
Yep.
So you got your cold and lighter, and then you got your cold and full for, great sort of.
I don't have an
Christmas.
uncle, and I don't have an Uncle Jim, but I think if I did have an Uncle Jim, he would not want sparkling.
I think we're probably going to be the Uncle Jims or Johns one day.
This, because this is just.
Yeah.
This is incredible wine.
Turkey and cranberry sauce and that, and a big old plate. Yep.
A couple of desserts for you as well.
So they say. Well, it's pudding. I reckon you could even pair that with some pudding, to be honest.
This will go with any. This could go from the start too, really.
Yeah.
Being that it's sparkling, a little bit heavier, it's a little bit higher alcohol than say the sparkling, but it's such a good wine. It's a seriously good wine. On to another favourite of ours in the store.
Big time. This is
being Napa Valley.
Yeah.
2015 BV Napa Valley Cab Sav.
I guess as you're referencing, they're the more serious
wines.
These
are the nighttime wines, or the later in the festivities. When the talk gets serious. When they sit down and sit on the couch, and it changes from that festive. How you going? I haven't seen you for ages. To that.
You've had that combo, and you're now talking politics and whatnot on the couch.
Well, my family
drinking fine Napa Cabernet.
Yeah, I think what this has that a lot of Napa Cabernets people get misconceived or misconception is that it's just this big, massive fruit and oak bomb. And I think this, needs time in the decanter. I think it needs to really open up, or if you pour it out when you get there in the morning and try it, obviously, and it'll go that whole.
Yeah, have
time.
It open all day.
Yeah.
Serve it with something heartier.
Black fruits, leather, cocoa. So it would go with your dessert. It would go with your mains as well. If you're having a heavier side of mains, I think this is really where it's at.
Barbecue, if you got
could go with the barbecue, definitely.
Barbecue.
Definitely.
Barbecued meats and whatnot.
It's delicious.
Onto the Seppelt Chalumbar. Blend of Grampians and Heathcote fruit.
Yeah.
It's got that nice leathery sort of smell.
Again, like a heavy again. We've sort of gone through and gotten a little bit heavier now. The Shiraz is like that's a bit more spice to it than the Cabernet. The Cabernet is very fruit, very like chocolatey, very cocoa. This is, that more, it's a little bit more spice, a little bit more pepper. Would go more, I would say, the Cabernet I would put with you could put with the dessert. I feel like this is definitely more for the mains.
Yeah.
For the food.
Right.
If someone wants something, I need to drink heavy reds. This is where I'd be going with it.
Absolutely.
It's got the good depth of flavour, good tannin, good acid. I think it's really like, I'm starting to get a bit festive here. I feel like I'm getting festive.
Well, that's the idea with this pack, isn't it? It's tis the season.
Correct. It definitely is the season. And finished with probably the surprise packet really in store. I think.
It's been absolutely flying out the doors. Actually, to be honest with you, fortified Viognier.
Spirited Viognier. So
correct,
late harvest.
Late harvest. Yep.
It's a shame it's only 500 ml. I think most people would like it in a 750. I reckon.
Now this is just this just smells like Christmas. It just smells like your puddings. You can smell it boiling away on the stove.
Grandma probably used this in the Christmas pudding.
Honestly,
really,
I reckon
probably.
she flambéed it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just raisiny.
Yeah, raisins, butterscotch.
Butterscotch, yeah.
Would go very well with ice cream. If your kids are having vanilla ice cream, I would just grab a couple of scoops and pour the shot over the vanilla ice cream myself.
Absolutely.
Or even kids, they'll be fine.
That's the great thing about it.
By this many wines, you're probably not worried about the kids anyway, really.
That's very true. Great, as Brendan said, dessert wine, have it with some ice cream. Probably even go opposite and pair it with some blue cheese almost to cut through it. But even that, after you've had your couple of fuller bodied reds, it's just a nice way to finish the night with just a hint of sweetness and little nightcap almost.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So obviously we've gone through all 12 now. Each of them available in a 6. I might as well put this one back here.
Yeah.
And that one back there is 2 individual 6s, so they each have their own price point. With the discount that we normally offer. However, if you were to put them together and buy the 12, there's a high discount available for everybody who buys the 12. I think it represents tremendous value for the amount of quality that you're getting. You're really getting something from all over Australia.
Yeah, and you're covering every base for every person
America as well.
From your family as well.
Correct.
So,
everyone in the family will be happy. All the food you could possibly eat on Christmas, you've got something to pair with it.
Yeah.
Pool or no pool, I think this is any of these wines would work.
Absolutely.
So, and it's a perfect gift. If you rocked up with these 12 to my family thing, you would instantly be the favourite, even if you weren't blood related. I think you'd be the favourite son. All right, so thank you very much for joining in. We wish you all a Merry Christmas. Be sure to pop in and see us down here at Notes and St Hubert's at the cellar door. There's plenty of gifts for everybody, whether you're buying this for somebody else, buying a couple bottles for somebody else, or keeping it all for yourself.
Yeah, that's a good
Stay
point.
safe, pop in, cheers to you, and we'll see you all in the new year.